Impressions by Phyllis Ryder, Sync Gallery, April of 2015. Pieces you are looking at are mixed media pieces, folded paper, other papers, a variety of things. This bottom piece is called sushi roll, and the reason why I call it that is that orange area. We learned how to make a sushi roll in Japan. They gave us the bamboo wrapper that you use, and I brought it home, painted it orange in honor of the Shinto gates, and that's my sushi roll. The top piece is called Samurai Layers, and it can hang this direction or lengthwise. And I was inspired by the samurai belts in the museums. I thought they were lovely, so I used that idea in this piece. And there are papers from old books in Japan and other different objects. This piece is called Energy Flow, and it's like 42 by 48. And this is inspired by just walking through those orange gates. I felt a surge of energy and I loved it. Here's a close-up of the piece. Some of the details. It's mixed media on canvas, and this piece will hang in my bedroom. This next piece is called Dancing Kimono, and it's 42 by 48. We went to a dance where the geisha girls were dancing with their lovely kimonos, and then we also saw some fashion shows. So all the kimonos are lovely, so here's some details, and that inspired this piece. And it is acrylic on board. This next piece is mixed media again on canvas, and it's called Garden Within. All the homes, as you walked around, are beautifully maintained, and if you looked over the fence, you'd always find a little garden or a green spot. And I found that quite lovely and enchanting, so that's how I inspired this piece. And it is 36 by 36, and I'll take you in for a few details. This next piece is 24 by 24. It's also mixed media on canvas. At all the monuments, the Shinto monuments and the Buddhist monuments, and in neighborhoods there's always a monument, and they'd have these walls where you could put a piece of paper for a wish or a blessing, and that inspired this piece. And the orange line, again, to me was the Shinto arch of orange for hope. And here's a few details on my notes that I placed in there. This next grouping are pieces that are 10 by 15. They are monotypes with chine collé, and each one sort of tells its own story. And the chine collé is a process of adhering papers to your inks as you print. And like I say, they all sort of tell a story. For example, this would be about the bamboo forest, this about the koi ponds, and that lovely orange in the blue water. And say, for example, the rice paddies were lovely, and a stormy day, and perhaps a colorful house with the sunset. And these are unframed, sold separately, and then I also frame the pieces. This piece is also a mixed media piece of folded papers, and the outside edge is 16 by 16. I believe the center folded paper is around 10 by 10. It's called Spring Garden, and that's because a lot of the gardens when we were there had their hydrangeas in bloom, and just kind of peek through, and you always see the black and white somewhere, and so that kind of inspired that piece. Here's my show statement. Hopefully you can read that. This final piece is called Hope, War, and Peace, and it's a sculpture. There's a steel orange gate or opening to me, which represents the sheen two gates of hope again, that brilliant orange. And the center plex box is about Hiroshima, and the bottom section I consider the ashes and bones of Hiroshima. The middle is a hollow body with still a lifeline and cranes at the top. The story of the girl with 1,001 cranes, that she prayed for a miracle after the bombing. She got cancer, and to this day people from all over the world send cranes to the Hiroshima site, and they're located all over the park at Hiroshima, and it was very touching. And so this is, I was hoping to give you a better view of the cranes. It's a little difficult with the light that I have here. And this is my piece to her. And now I'll give you kind of an overall view of the show, and this is what I did this year. And thank you.